So, in my opinion, watching not only the clips that I went over in this video, but every single clip in this video, Riley is not cheating. They have demonstrated the same aim talent in every single game they have played. And I personally think the hatred and vitriol that has been spawned due to these clips is fucking disgusting and disgraceful. I really do. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, I'm talking about like 50 million views, 100 million views on some of the quote tweets. Obviously because of the way Riley streams with the cat VTuber and the way Riley talks and everything, they're naturally susceptible to online, you know, hatred and bullying, whatever you want to say. But the fact of the matter is, in my opinion, the clips aren't fucking cheated. The clips are not fucking cheated. They're not. Riley made a video that baited people into thinking a certain thing because, of course, there are aimers, right? There are people that post these aim montages that specifically post them to bait cheat accusations.
I've noticed something in one of the clips that I haven't seen anyone talk about, and I think it's an important piece that's left out. Send one of the most infamous clips. I'm sure by now most of you have seen this clip go viral. People have their opinions on it, but it ends up on an enemy, kills him, and you can see at the bottom left there is an enemy pinged on the map. There's a red marker. So a lot of people are saying, okay, well, Riley just flicked off the map intel, and she flicked over, overshot it, readjusted towards the location of the ping. Some people argue that the first flick can't be a lock-on because there's no one behind where she's looking. And if you look at the mini-map, you can see she's not aiming towards the red marker. So let's look a little closer at that. If you look at this clip provided by Enders, Enders has access to the raw files, so his quality is better than the Twitter quality. If you look at this, we can identify there are 3 enemies clustered together, and they're all at the top right as C. And we can see, let me go back some to show you. We got enemy 1, enemy 2, and enemy 3 up in this corner. Now, enemy 3 is the one that's being marked on the map. Enemy 1 got marked by a squad mate, and you can just visually see 3. So you can see all the enemies are in this top right corner of C, right? So what if I told you there's a 4th enemy? And if you actually look right here, it's kind of hard to see, but if you look at the double kill pop-up, there's a 4th enemy recently down/killed on the ground. And you can actually see their body moving, which I assume is the downed animation. You can see right here, his legs are moving, his whole body moves. And then he's moving again here, I think. Yeah, he moves right there again. That's clearly an enemy because they're wearing the NATO camo, which is the enemy team, and you don't see any friendly icons above it. This squad mate, you can see them through the wall right here.
So, this clip is, again, nothing suspicious. When Riley peeks the flag, there is absolutely nobody that she locked onto in her crosshair. There's this guy here who is on the minimap the entire time. There's this guy who gets spotted because I think Riley's recon teammates looked at this guy and auto-spotted him. And then there's the other dude. As you can see, as this clip plays, there is nobody to the left of the C flag at all. There is nobody to the left of the C flag.
So it's not the squad mate. That is a 4th enemy recently killed right here. So now I can give you a better visualization of this using Ender's other video. We go to 1924.
As you can see,
we can see more clearly this enemy. You can see there is someone there moving. So they were recently down. So we can get an approximate location of this enemy using Riley's as a reference. So Riley's going to get really close to this enemy. We can see they're in the bottom left corner, and we can use Riley's location on the map to get an approximation of this enemy being somewhere lower central C. Okay, And I took some screenshots of this, and I already, you can see the enemies still here, bottom left corner. I circled, this is an approximation of where they're at on the map related to Riley. And if you compare that to, here's a screenshot of this first flick pre-fire into the seemingly nothing, you can see a straight line goes towards the bottom middle of C. And if you look at the approximate location of this fourth guy, that lines up near perfectly to where Riley first pre-fired towards. So this opens the question, did Riley actually cheat? We don't know when this guy died. We don't know when he died. We know that he most likely had to have died from squad mate 1 or 4 because they seem to have some line of sight. Most likely squad mate 1. Squad mate 1 is actively pushing up. But we don't have the kill cam knowledge of when they died because Riley modified their HUD to not display it. And how do I know that? Because if you watch this whole clip, the full clip, you never see anyone else's kills in the kill feed. You only see Riley's. You can even see a teammate go down here and that information is not displayed in the kill feed. So since we don't have kill feed information, we don't know when that enemy actually, fourth enemy died. And what does that mean? It means that guy could have already been down for a while. You can be down for a long time in Battlefield 6. However, if we go back to Ender's clip and we go to 2131, we can actually see the pre-footage before the flick occurred. And if you look at the minimap, you can see no enemies are on C at the current moment. We can see that there's all the friendlies have some line of sight on C. We see squad mate 1 pushing with Riley at the current moment. And we can see an enemy goes on C. And squad mate 1 is still behind Riley. And here, Riley looks at this lane. We don't see any dead enemy at the current moment. And this is around the location of the fourth guy. And if we play further, we can't see squad mate 1, so we don't know what they're doing. So right here, we don't know what squad mate 1 is fully doing, but we know there's a moment of pause, or presumably a moment of pause, and this could have been ample time for squad mate 1 to have killed this fourth guy, causing that weird lock on and then immediately lock off look to the flick. So now that the beta is finally out again, I can take a look at this myself, and as we can see, this is where Riley ran up to. Here's the lane she looked at. She ran up this rock, killed this guy here, and then pre-fired this rock. Now if we look, we can try to line up our crosshairs to where she pre-fired to, and it was around right here. And if we walk in a straight line, look at where it ends up. Around right here. And if we look at where the guy, oh shit, if we look at where the guy died, he's laying on the ground around right here. We can see right here the squad mate 1 could easily have had visual on enemy 4. Now I know the building is destroyed right now, but either way, squad mate 1 could have easily been right here. It looks like they were around somewhere here, possibly, maybe even down here. It looks like they were more closer up here. They could easily have killed enemy 4. Even if they were down here, they could have killed enemy 4. Again, to reiterate this, here is where Riley was aiming, approximately around here. And if we go in that straight line, where do we end up? We end up right here. And if you look, this is around the area that enemy 4 died. So I don't know what else to tell you, okay? Maybe I'm just too bad at the game to understand this high level gameplay being shown. Maybe I should steal my roommate's Adderall, grind Kovacs for 12 hours a day, and then maybe I could just possibly understand this high level gameplay going on right here. I'd give it a 1% chance that this is just high level gameplay that I'm too bad to understand, and that Riley just pre-fired off of the map intel just so happened to land perfectly where one person was behind a wall, and then land perfectly to where another person was behind a wall. But maybe I'm just too bad at the game. Maybe I'm just too bad at games in general.
Oh, that's not my email, by the way. Sorry, Sadie. Sorry, Sadie. Yeah, by the way, this is not my Modern Warfare 3 account. um, the Strawberry C4 account will be fine. Can you show us your Minecraft world? I don't play Minecraft, sorry.
Now, we did finally get a look at the main account on Steam. We got to look at all the hours, and I'm going to put them up on the screen, and right next to it, I'm going to put up claims. Claims of how many hours in certain games, and the actual reality with the main Steam account, the hours that are on there. Certain things just don't weigh up, and there's also a lot of alt juggling, a lot of switching between accounts, and a lot of really strange stuff that goes on that just does not get explained. So these are all the hours Riley claims to have in all these games, but if you match it to her actual Steam and what she's actually proven on stream, I mean, he doesn't have anywhere near what he claims. And on top of that, the games that he has, I mean, a lot of hours in, Destiny and Gary's mod, they're not really games that are going to help you in Battlefield to be this great pro, you know? Very strange. On top of that, why all the account juggling? Why hiding accounts and playing on different accounts on stream and privating Steam accounts and doing all this tradecraft? Why not just show us the accounts you use? It took a week to get you to put all the VODs up. Over a week just to get you to show us one Steam. This is not a normal player. So a whole ton more info has come out on Focus and Enders. Now, if you actually go to Focus's Discord and scroll back to very first post, it turns out Enders was banned from some Call of Duty or Battlefield servers back in the day. Likes to laugh and joke about it. I found someone who was actually a lot better than pulling up these old accounts than what I was. Originally, I thought it was just a server ban for something in particular. No, it was actually Focus using cheats, speed cheating or fly cheating. I'll put the post up on the screen. As you see here, admits to cheating. The thing I don't understand with this Focus, now, I'm someone who's admitted I've cheated, okay? There is no way in the world I would start posting world record kill attempts and all that kind of stuff. It makes no sense to me. Plus, on top of that, the coaching lessons. This guy has downloaded and used cheats in a video game. Now he's posting world records. Yeah, no, that's too much for me. There's not even a video out publicly for this guy speaking on the decisions he made to cheat in a video game. And it's just, I guess if you just bring this up, you just get abused or just treated like shit or blocked or banned or, you know, just treated like a hater. But it's like, man, you haven't addressed this. The way to go about this isn't just abuse anyone who brings it up and say, oh, this was years ago. Brother, where's your public announcement? Where's your video speaking on it? Next issue I wanted to raise. Riley opened her DMs on stream. We had Hyperat in the DMs. Shout out to Hyperat and the DMs of Riley. And we had Enders. Like, I legit think this is the way to shut everyone up. This guy is plotting in Riley's DMs of how they can just do this or do that to make everyone shut up. This is not someone who made a video in good faith. This is not someone who made a video being objective and taking in information. This is someone who is just flat out going out of their way to just shut people up and sweep this under the rug. This guy is an idiot, this Enders. Nothing this dude says should be taken into account. He's already been proven to lie over and over with the Nadia situation, repeatedly lied, blocked and banned everyone. The guy is still replying to what I say on Twitter, even though he's got me blocked. He's got me blocked, but he's still replying to stuff I'm saying. So I don't know how that works. Maybe he's like unblocking me and reading it and then quickly telling people, don't listen to this guy, and then blocking me again, but I can't reply. So if you prove this guy wrong, you get abused and blocked. Then he'll still go out of his way to discredit you, but you can't reply to him. That's how he works. This guy's not operating in good faith. So the reality is the streaming community, they will defend Riley no matter what, to the death, gaslight, lie, anything on earth imaginable, they'll do it. The aim training community, well, you see their opinion here. Most of them don't even care at all. They just think this is just some bullying campaign, so They just defend to the death, no matter what. All those people's opinions are just completely void. Now, I did a live stream where I watched the gameplay from the 7th and the 8th. I can't break all that gameplay down into this video. It's already too long. Go watch that video. There is a massive difference between day 1 gameplay and day 2 gameplay. An insane difference. And it just doesn't make sense how a person can go from barely getting 3 kills for an entire game to then just decimating the next day. It makes no sense. It really doesn't. Usually how these things go is, it usually takes about 24 hours for cheats to come out in a game. And we've all seen that with Suddenly Toast on this channel. It doesn't perform like an absolute god until 24 hours after wipe. That's when stuff gets crazy. That's pretty much the video, gentlemen. That's the update for today, and I'll see you on the next one.